If you're like most women, you know you want to change, you know you want to reinvent yourself, but you don't really know where to start. If you're a woman over 40 who feels like I'm ready to do this, but I really am unsure of how to start, where to start, what to tackle first, I feel like there's so many things that are undone in my life, or I've been feeling stuck for so long, I don't even know how to get started. This episode is for you. If you're ready to get started, let's go. Hey girl, my name is Deon and I am the face of ambition across all social media platforms, including TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, of course here on YouTube and Facebook. So would you please make sure you follow me on all those spaces. I create content for women over 40 who are ready to glow up, who are ready to reinvent themselves, who are tired of who they used to be, who they had to be, and are ready to just reinvent themselves. So if you like this form of content, please make sure that you subscribe. I would love to have you be a part of the family. I'm still settling in on a name for our community. If you're interested in chiming in on our name, please make sure that you leave it in the comment section below. I will ask the comment there and you can definitely reply. I started out with ambitionistas, because we're the face of ambition. That's the name of my channel. But I want to know what you all want. So please make sure that you leave it in the comment section below. I would love to have your input. Also, if you would like this content, please make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a video and you don't miss a thing. Honey, today I've got an episode for you and I'm so excited about getting into it because I've seen your comments. I've heard your complaints. I hear you. You want to change. You're ready to change, but you don't know where to start. So today I'm going to talk about the 3 areas that most women want to change in, and I'm going to give you some actionable tips to start making those changes as soon as today. So the very first place that women feel like I really want to change, I'm not pleased with where I am, or I've just been in this same space for too long, I'm ready to shake things up when it comes to your career and professional fulfillment. One thing about us is that we're going to keep a job. Okay, whatever I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. I need to have this check. I need to make sure it's steady. I have people that are depending on me. I want to be a provider. And the thing of it is that sometimes it can get us into a rut. We can be there for way too long. We can not feel like we're moving forward, developing new skills. Like we've not learned anything new in a long time. We go to the training session or we have to get CEUs or CPUs or whatever the acronym is to be able to continue to do our job, but that's it. We're just fulfilling a requirement. And sometimes it's our careers or what we're doing professionally that just makes us feel like we're in a chokehold. And so this is the time when if you identify as a woman who feels like, I just want to do something different. I want to do something different in my career. You are talking to the right person, honey, because as a certified business coach, I love helping women to be able to identify their most ambitious goals and work towards them with a plan. I'm a strategic planner girl. You guys hear me drop all kinds of acronyms. I create a SWOT. We do it using the SMART goal method. I don't believe in just forging out on a plan without knowing where you're going. I like to create a plan and a method for getting there so that I can ensure my success whenever I get to the other side. If you feel like you are ready for another career, baby, I'm not telling you to quit your job, and please do not quit your job because you say, Deon said I could do this, but really, low key, you can do this. If you're not fulfilled in your job, if you're not happy with what you do, then change. It's literally that simple. It's literally as simple as saying, I'm going to start my side hustle today so that I can make it my main job in a few months and by the next year. I'm going to start taking this seriously. I'm going to start prioritizing this as a goal that I have so that whenever it's time, I can move into this next section of my life. If you are feeling unfulfilled at work, this is the number one space that most women feel like they're stuck in. I go to my 9, I get there at 9, I leave at 5, I eat my lunch at my desk. I just do the same thing every day. They don't appreciate me. I just clock in. I'm not here to work really. I'm just here because I don't want to get fired. We're just filling a space. And if you're feeling like I want to make this world better, it's time for me to do something else. I always wanted to be an XYZ. It does not have to be that you're starting a business. It can be a career shift. It could be going back to school. It could be learning a new trade or a new skill that is going to be able to help you level up even in your current position or at in another department. This is the time to do it. I am giving you the permission, if you needed it, to do it. Today is the day that you say, I'm going to create that plan that she's talking about. I'm going to actually forge out and go and do this new venture. I'm going to actually try something new. I'm going to learn that new skill. I'm going to take a course online. I'm going to subscribe to that podcast or to a master class, and I'm going to learn something that I've been really wanting to learn about. If it's investing, if it's creating quilts, if it's baking cakes, if it is, trading stocks, whatever it is, building websites, whatever it is, girl, this is the wake up call that you've been looking for. This is me on the other side of that camera telling you that I'm rooting for you. I believe that if you are unhappy with whatever you're doing, you do not have to do it. Nobody is making you do it. Nothing is keeping you stuck but you. You have to decide and look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm worthy, I'm enough, I have enough, I know enough to be able to do something else. Oftentimes, we don't even get the opportunity to move up in our business. If there's an opportunity to move up in the business, take the opportunity. Update your resume. Brush off that black suit, honey. Get them pumps out and go on an interview. Apply for a job. Apply for a job that you think, it may be out of my reach, just so that you can get the interview skills under your belt to be able to land the job of your dreams, just so that you get the confidence that it takes to be able to walk into that office and say that I'm the person for the job. You never know what will happen. You never know what will happen if you don't take the first step forward. It just takes one step. It just takes you trying. It takes you stepping out of the box of what you've always done to try something new. And it just breaks my heart whenever I hear women that are like, and I hear it every day. I've been wanting to start this business for 20 years, but I was raising my kids and, I had my parents were sick and, I just put myself on the back burner, and I get it. I really do understand. But if you have the space, if you have the opportunity, if the kids are in high school and they're starting to drive and they're getting a little bit more independent, it's your time, sis. It's your time. Start now. When we think about like being an empty nester and, your kids are getting older, they're going to go off to college, or I'm changing. A lot of things in my life are changing. Maybe my marriage isn't where I want it to be, and I really want to be able to bring more into my household, or I don't know what's going to happen with this marriage, which is something that would be devastating. I want to be better prepared for my next life, or for my future, or I am newly divorced, and I'm trying to identify who I am now because I've been his wife for so long. I don't know who I am by myself, and I've always wanted to start this dream, but I couldn't do it. This is the time. This is the time to start it. This is the time to do whatever it is you wanted to do. Baby, if it's arranging flowers, washing cars, creating content, now is the time that you do it. Create the plan that it's going to take to make you successful and be wildly successful. We are waiting for what you have to offer. Do you know, in almost 2 decades, I've never heard a single woman say, I'm starting a business so that I can be filthy rich. Never. I want to start this business so that I can just make so much money and share with absolutely no one and keep it for myself. And I'm going to go live in Bora Bora on a deserted island by myself. I've never heard it. Never. And I'm in almost 19 years, never have I ever heard a single person say that. What I have heard every single time is, I want to start this business because I want to help somebody. I want to be able to start. I want to be able to move up in this company because I want to leave it better. I want to help it make more money. I want to start this nonprofit because I want to be able to help this demographic of people to be able to live a better life. There's purpose behind what you're doing. It's yes, we have to have money, but it's never for just the money. It's always for even the prestige of saying, I did it. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. That is the biggest honor of them all. So if you feel unfulfilled in your career, if you're feeling like I'm stuck and the place that I am stuck is in my job, I feel unfulfilled, today is the day. And if you needed permission, here I am to give it to you. Do it, honey. We're waiting for you. The second area that most women really want to reinvent themselves in, but they haven't started, or they feel a little fearful about starting, is in their health and well-being. As someone that has been on their own personal healthcare journey, I completely understand. Being able to wake up in the morning, or use your time in the evening to be able to work out, seems like I don't have time. I don't have time to eat well. It's just easier for me to go to Chipotle and pick up a bowl or salad or drive through the drive-through and grab something really fast because, I'm so busy and I have all these other priorities. But you have these goals, the things that you want to do, and we prioritize everyone else over ourselves. When we start saying that I want to do something for somebody else and I'm not important enough to make time to do it for myself, when you start saying it out loud, you're like, I might not say it, but that's what I do. I make sure everybody else has what they need, and I'm trying to make sure that they're fulfilled and make sure that they're happy. But I'm pouring from this cup that has absolutely nothing in it. I'm tired. My joints hurt. I don't like what I see when I look in the mirror. I have low self-esteem, and I know I do. I don't want to feel this way in my clothes anymore. I want to be able to feel sexy and seen, and I want to be able to I want to be able to walk into the store and buy something off the rack. I want to be able to feel like I can order something online with confidence, knowing it's going to fit when it arrives. I want that life. If you want that life, you deserve it just as much as the person that you're giving all of your time and energy to. But we don't prioritize ourselves. Down to the smallest thing, taking our vitamins. We don't prioritize ourselves. Today is the day that you decide that you are your most important asset. Your family will be so much happier whenever you're happier, whenever you're able to go outside and play with your kids or your grandkids, whenever you walk up that flight of stairs and you're not huffing and puffing, or you don't have to wait 30 minutes for the elevator to come, you can take the stairwell to your job instead. Whenever you do those things for yourself, for others, you never know who's watching you. You taking those stairs as opposed to waiting for that elevator, you could motivate your whole department to be able to be better, just simply because you decided to prioritize your health and wellness. Oftentimes, we have certain things that are inside of our bodies that are causing us to be sick, and we prioritize everybody else as opposed to ourselves, and then we end up being sick and hurt and dying. And what did it get us? Did someone turn around and say, "Thank you for risking your life for me. I appreciate it"? No. You are your most important asset. I've been a full entrepreneur my whole professional life. And I remember the day that my doctor told me that I was pre-diabetic. And I knew when she said that I was pre-diabetic, I knew that I was going to make a change. But I also knew how I got there. And it was because I prioritized everyone else except for myself. I knew exactly, it was, when they say things flash through your mind, the first thing was like, how did this happen? And then it was like, oh yeah, I do know how this happened. Everything else was more important. Me watching TV was more important than meal prepping. Me sleeping in because I went to sleep too late the night before, so I couldn't get up to go to the gym, was more important. Me eating sweets every night before I went to bed, because y'all, I love ice cream and french fries, right? But me eating ice cream before I went to bed was more important than my mental health, my physical health. It was more important. That's what I was saying. That's what I felt like I was saying to myself because of the decisions that I had made. But when I had identified why I wanted to lose weight, I was able to lose 50 pounds in a matter of no time. When I started prioritizing myself, when I realized that I was killing myself by the decisions that I was making, I decided that day I have to live. I do not want my quality of life, my well-being to suffer because of the decisions that I'm making. That's why I decided I'm not eating these things. I'm not drinking these things. I'm working out every day. These were the decisions that I made because I needed to be able to be my very best for the people that I served. And what ended up happening is that when I was on my personal journey that I felt like so ashamed of and so quiet about, I didn't tell anybody that I was pre-diabetic whenever I was first diagnosed. I did it in silence. I suffered in silence. I said, this is me. I've done this to myself. I must do it by myself. When people started watching me eating differently, changing my routine around, going on walks during the middle of the day, bringing my gym bag in, to the office because I was going to the gym after work. When they started witnessing those things, they started saying, I should do that too. Hey, where are you going after work? You're going to a spin class? Can I join? Can I come? Can I get a buddy pass? Can I get it? They started doing it too. I started being the change agent that other people needed in order to get permission to also do it as well. It was what I thought was just meant for me was meant for so many people. My husband got on board. My mom got on board. Everybody in my immediate circle started taking their health and wellness just a little bit more seriously because we realized our bodies are made of mud. They're not meant to be around forever. And so the fact that I was able to say, I'm prioritizing my health. I am more important than whatever email that I'm sitting here toiling over, than whatever business meeting I'm missing because I'm not going to be present, than whatever meal I'm not going to be able. I'm more important than that. When I started prioritizing my well-being, everything in my life changed. I was able to walk with more confidence. I felt good every morning whenever I woke up. I decided to change how I showed up on social media and the spaces that I occupied. Individuals experienced me differently because of the way I spoke. I was so much more positive and I had a good word for people, and they felt like they were affirmed when they were in my presence. Because I felt good about myself, I then helped other individuals feel good about themselves. This goes far beyond what you think that you're doing. I want to lose this 20 pounds because I want to look good in the bathing suit, but you never know that your child is watching you, making those healthy meals, making good decisions, drinking your water, cutting the lemons, meal prepping at night, heating up your food so that you have something good and nutritious to eat. They're watching you. Their lives depend on you right now because they're your dependents, and you are the only example that they see. So prioritizing your wellness, prioritizing your self-care is so important. I remember growing up watching my mom, pumice her heels and putting on good lotion at night, and she would walk around the house in a robe, and our home was always clean and straightened because she really prioritized the environment that her children grew up in. She knew that it was going to make a difference in how we saw ourselves and how we appreciated the things that we had, and it worked. I may have gotten so caught up in making money and building businesses and selling tech companies and all of these things. Yeah, maybe I did get caught up in those things and I let myself go. But deep down inside, who I was to my core was that person that that little girl that watched their mama pumice their heels on the side of the tub. I was that same girl. So when it came time for me to say, you know what, I need to make sure that I prioritize myself, that I am important, that I need to make sure that I take care of my temple. That little girl remembered her mama sitting there and sat on the side of that tub and pumiced her heels. Then she poured a little Epsom salt in the tub and soaked in it for a few hours. Then she started reading at night, and she started learning different languages, and she started traveling a little bit more, and she started prioritizing her self-care and her skincare routine. She started purchasing makeup and beautiful clothes. She started keeping her house clean. She wanted to do those things because that's who she was inside. They're watching you. Be the example that you want your child to be. Be the example you want your daughter, your son to be. Be the example you want your husband. Be the person that you want yourself to be. Show up for yourself. You deserve it. You are worth it. And the last space that women tend to feel like they really want to reinvent themselves is in their relationships and social connections. Now, I know that this one is a really big subject because when we talk about relationships, we could be talking about sexual relationships, partner relationships, marital dating, platonic work relationships, relationships between you and your siblings or your families. Or your family. But the thing of it is that we all desire social connection. And whenever we start feeling stuck in life and we start feeling like we're not moving forward, it tends to remind us, or it tends to feel like we're alone. Like we're doing this by ourselves. Like we don't have anyone else there that even we could look at for motivation or inspiration. There isn't anybody there encouraging or inspiring us. And our relationship circles, especially as we get older, starts getting a little smaller. We're far more selective. We've isolated ourselves from some individuals because they had bad energy, or we didn't want the conversations that they had. So we find our friend circle getting a little bit smaller. The thing of it is that you can change all of that. Whenever you decide that you want to reinvent yourself and you want to change how you show up, this is the time to start saying, I want a hobby. I want to go out. Outdoors is open, y'all. So it's time to go outside and identify the relationships that you want to have. People are out there waiting for you. There are tons of meetup spaces. There are tons of clubs. There's book clubs. There's wine clubs. There's knitting clubs. There's horseback riding clubs in your city that individuals are accepting members for you to be able to join. If you want to be the woman that puts on makeup every day and make sure that her contour is done perfectly and that her nails are done well, find that girl that's like, hey, on every other Tuesday or once a month, we're going to go get our nails done. We're going to get our manis and our petties together, and then we're going to go to brunch. Building that relationship online, even if it's online or if with a person in your office, if it's with your sister, if it's with a coworker, if it's with a sorority sister, find that relationship and nurture it. Oftentimes we don't have relationships because we don't nurture the ones that we have. We don't communicate with them. We don't appreciate them. We do have some negative feelings about certain things that are going on in our lives. And sometimes people don't want to be around us. We never stop to think that the people don't want to be around us. Like we're the problem. Like, hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. We never think that. We always think like, I got to be away from them because of their energy. It might be your energy that's causing people to isolate themselves from you or no longer want to be in your presence. So starting to be more mindful of that and changing your behaviors, the ways that you show up to individuals is important. And so really consider the relationships and the social connections that you make and be intentional about building them. As we get older, building relationships is hard. You have relationships from people like I was in college with, and that's my girl from, we shared it. We had a dorm together. We got our first apartment together. But then you get older and life happens and you move cross country and you have a family and time changes things. And then you just feel like you don't have that social connection. You don't have that bond with anyone else. But it's going to take effort on your part in order to find and foster those relationships. And whenever you are in a positive mindset, whenever you've let go of some of the limiting beliefs that you have, whenever your words are positive and you've reframed your thoughts to be positive thoughts, and people want to be around you. You become infectious. People are like, she makes me feel so good. I love going out with her. I love going shopping with her. We love going thrift shopping together. We like going out of town together. You know how people say you can't go out of town with everybody? Be the person that people can go out of town with. Check your behavior at the door. Don't be the Debbie Downer that's like, it's kind of sprinkling and I don't want to get my hair messed up. Go, girl, put that bonnet on, put a hoodie on, go and have fun. Be the person that people want to be around. And I'm not saying to eliminate your boundaries. I'm not saying to come outside of who you actually are, but be flexible enough to be able to appreciate life, to go with the flow. I heard a doctor say that flexibility is one of the cornerstones of mental health wellness. Being able to be flexible and say, I know I plan to do this, but now we're going to do that is a sign of a person with a positive well-being and mental health. Be that person. Decide, I'm going to be flexible today. I know we said we were having chicken, but today we having steak. Like, just say that I know that I wanted it to go this way, or I know I wanted to be able to meet up, but we can't. We have to postpone it to next week. And it be okay. Let the things go that you cannot change. Be flexible. And that makes individuals want to be around you, want to be in your presence, want to be able to chit chat and kiki with you on the phone because you are gracious. You have a positive word. You're saying the things that make people feel good and make them think about something. You always have a good podcast or a book to share with someone. You're a part of the reading group that always makes people feel appreciated. You enjoy buying gifts. We all have love languages, and it's so important to know your friends' love languages so that you can speak to them in their language. I know it was something that I had to learn with my husband. His one and only love language is quality time. You don't have to even be saying anything. Just spending time together is so important. So even if you have a relationship and you have a spouse or a partner that you're with, but you still feel this disconnect, learn their love language. Learn the love language of your children. It's amazing what will happen whenever you identify the love language of your children and you're actually able to speak their language. If they love acts of service, doing those acts of service for them means so much more than telling them that you love them. They're like, yeah, mom, very good. Now you're all right too. You're chum. If you do the service acts for them, if you show up in the spaces that they want you to show up in, if you are spending time with them, if you give them the words of affirmation, when you know what their love language is and you actually speak to them in that language, it changes absolutely everything. So I really want to encourage you. This wasn't one of the things I planned to say, but my goodness, it is so important to fostering those social connections connections with individuals is that when you don't speak the language of the person that you are wanting to have a relationship with, there is always going to be kind of a diphthong in your relationship. So going the extra mile to know your friends' languages, know the things that they like, treat them the way that you want to be treated, because of the way that they have told you that the things that they like. If they like gifts, it's not going to cost you absolutely anything to get those 3 body washes or those 3 hand soaps from Bath and Body Works, and you can give them one when you go to your book club the next meeting. That means everything to her. You telling her, girl, I like your outfit, you look so cute. She's like, okay, yeah, good. That's not her language. Handing her that little bar of soap, that little pump of soap, it's $3. It means absolutely everything. So start well, it's not $3. It's probably about $7. And by the time you see this video, it might be $17, but I digress. But learning the language of the people that you love, making sure that you prioritize yourself so that you can show up as your highest self, that your body language and the way that people experience you is infectious. You will start creating those social connections where people want to be around you. And I know that these 3 areas are spaces that you can identify in, that you're like, you know what, I really want to change in one of these 3 areas. It may be my social connections and relationships. It may be my well-being and my health, or it may be my professional life. Choose the one that you want to be able to tackle and start tackling it today. Say, you know what? I really want to create a plan or a strategy around changing myself in this one area. Give yourself 90 days to be able to really say, I'm going to learn these new skills. I'm going to interview for another job. I'm going to start the business or the side hustle of my dreams. Give yourself the time and the space to be able to do it, tackling one of these major areas at a time. I am so excited to offer an exclusive opportunity for each one of you all to own your very own ambition planner. I have left a promo code in the description below because I want to be able to give you the planner that is going to be able to help you to reach these most ambitious goals. To be able to have access to a space, a dedicated space where you can write out the goal that you're working on, check in on that goal every single day, prioritize your time, energy, and your money, be able to practice gratitude, affirm yourself, stay spiritually centered, all in one space. So if you would like to purchase your ambition planner, please go to the description box below. Use the promo code that is there to be able to get your own planner today so that you can use that as the space where you start to reinvent yourself. I know that you're tired of feeling stuck. I know that you're tired of saying, I'm going to change, I'm going to be different, I'm going to change my life, I'm going to pivot, I'm going to reinvent myself, and you haven't done anything. I know it feels like you're never going to get started, but today's the day that you give yourself permission to get started. Honey, if you needed permission, you're getting it from me. This is your permission to get started. This is the video that you needed to hear to say, I am going to do it today. Today's the day that I say, this is the area that I'm tired of operating in. I don't want to have this mindset anymore. I don't want to have this, be unhealthy any longer. I don't want the career that I'm in. I want better relationships and I want to have a really good friend circle. Today's the day that you say, I'm making this a priority. I'm no longer stuck. I'm reinventing myself. Baby, I'm on this glow up journey with or without anybody else because I want to feel good about me. I owe it to me. And you do. I'm rooting for you, sis. I absolutely love the community that we're creating. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, suggestions, I would love for you to be able to drop them in the comment section. It's me in the comments answering all of your questions, answering all of the DMs that you send me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. It's me that's responding. So if you have any questions, if you want to be able to get any different perspective, please make sure that you reach out. I am enjoying creating this community with each and every one of you. In the description as well, I'm also trying to choose a name for our community. Right now I'm going with Ambitionista, but I really want to know what you think. I want this to be a very safe community where we're able to express ourselves. I want our comment section to be a space where we big each other up, where we're liking each other's comments, where we're supporting each other, where we're praying for each other. So if you have negative vibes, please do not leave them in the comment section because they will be deleted. But I would love for individuals who have a positive word, who have a word of encouragement for anyone that's in the comment section to please make sure you leave it. Okay, girl, thank you so much for being on this episode with me today. I have enjoyed this topic. I cannot wait to see you on the next episode. But until then, I hope to see you on another social platform. Take care.